Hey, Joe Zarzaur here with Dr. Malone. We're going to talk today about the vaccination situation here in town for COVID. I have gotten a ton of interest from people, clients, former clients, past clients, asking me questions that are older, asking me questions about where to get the vaccination, what's available, why am I not getting response to the email. And I asked Evan to look into all those places to verify who all is offering the vaccination. I had heard yesterday that, or today rather, that we had set a new record of deaths, which doesn't surprise us because, you know, everything has been trending up over the holidays. And unfortunately, the last thing that trends up is the death rate. And I think we hit the highest death rate ever in Escambia County of 12 in the last 24 hours. But Dr. Malone, what exactly on the vaccination front, what exactly, if you're 65 or older, I think is the number, PUBLIX came out, I think I heard today, they're going to be opening shop here in Escambia and Santa Rosa and Okaloosa and Walton. I believe I read that.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what we know about vaccinations, where you can go. We're going to put the links down below the video for those that are 65 or older. Go ahead, Evan, Dr. Malone.
Yeah, so there's a lot more options now compared to, I guess, just a day ago when you and I were talking about this. And most notably is the addition of the PUBLIX to the, options for the community. And in fact, I'll back up. You don't even need to be a resident of any of the counties or of the state. So it's all comers over the age of 65 right now. And you have to sign up or make an appointment. And so we'll provide both of the links on here today, but I'm going to just very quickly show you that when you go to these links, you'll see something like this this is the Sacred Heart link. And you're going to scroll down to where it says vaccinations and it says schedule now. And so you click on that. And right now, when you click on it, it's going to say there's no appointments available. And I kind of sat there incessantly and hit refresh on my browser. And lo and behold, this morning, I communicated with Joe that I saw probably over 100 appointments pop up.
And what time was that, Dr. Malone? What time was that where you refreshed it and it came up with all those available appointments for 2 days from now?
I would say at about 8 o'clock this morning or so. And I was up last night watching a football game, if you want to call it that. And and
Dr. Malone was at Ohio State, so the Ohio State University. So he's a little bit disappointed.
Anyhow, as I was watching that, I was refreshing it, thinking maybe it'd be like a midnight flip over, and it wasn't. But anyhow, about 8 o'clock this morning, the way Sacred Heart is doing is it looks like it's a 2-day lag or 2-day ahead of time scheduling. So I'd anticipate that if you were to refresh your browser tomorrow morning, maybe you see that there's appointments for Friday. And there was, again, multitude of them. And so that's how that rolled out there. And I would encourage people to go ahead and get on your browser and be ready to go. And I will say that it asks for basic information. It asks for your name, email address, phone number. It did not ask you where your residence was. It would ask for a mailing address. And if you're over the age of 65, and it looked pretty easy to do. I could have done it if I wanted to, if I qualified for by age. And then
what I think is important about this, and part of the reason I wanted to talk about this in this format was, you know, if you're 65 or older, you're probably not most people that are 65 or older are not spending their day on the social media, right? Or on the internet. There are exceptions, of course, but if you click it tonight 28 times and it says the same thing, no appointments are available, the point is don't get discouraged because at 8 a.m. there was 100 appointments. So I think it's smarter, perhaps, to set your alarm clock for 7:30 in the morning or 7 in the morning and start hitting the button at 7:30 and to see at around 8 if it did what it did for Dr. Malone, and that is it populates 100 available appointments, because you've got to probably enter your information fairly quickly so that you can have that ready and get the appointment, right? And it was the appointments that were being offered today were for Thursday, though, right?
Correct. Yes.
From today.
And they were like every 20 minutes, and there was like 10 different options to pick from, and they're all there were 2 locations. There was a Gulf Breeze location and one in town here, but
you got the Sacred Heart portal. You've got the monkey, what do you call it? The Survey Monkey portal, which is the county.
That's Department of Health. And then the new rollout, which I'll show is when you go to the other link we're going to share today is the PUBLIX one, which everybody will have seen in the news. Once I can get this thing to share for us. And so when you go to the PUBLIX link, which isn't showing up for me. Well, anyhow, it's a very similar website, and it says schedule now. And right now it says there's none available. And in the news, they're saying that Publix is going to open up their appointment slots tomorrow for Thursday's appointment times. So my guess is that that these things are going to be a one day as they go along, what their supply is, what they can handle. They're not scheduling a week out in advance. They're scheduling 2 days out because they're metering it based on, okay, this is what we have, so this is what we can offer. And
so the link for Publix, are we going to put that down below the video too?
we are, yeah.
And is it every Publix or just certain Publix stores?
I understand it's all the Publix in the county, and okay. I'm having trouble sharing the website, but I was on there. I can confirm that it's on there. It looks very easy to navigate, and you'll just specify your locale. And I think it's statewide right now because it's the entire state of Florida is doing it. Not just our counties. I think many other counties are doing it, but you'll specify your locale. It'll tell you which location is near you that you'd want to go to. And I would hope that it's similar, that they can get 100 appointment times on there at a time, and people are signing up for these things so that if you have someone who you cohabitate with, family member, loved one, and there's a couple who are both over the age of 65, and they say, hey, we're going to both get vaccinated together, they can get appointment times 20 minutes apart and go and do it at one time instead of have to worry about, oh, one of us got it, one of us didn't.
All right.
It looked like if I would have done that today, I could have gotten 2 people at one time at the Gulf Breeze location for Sacred Heart.
All right, so there's a Gulf Breeze location for Sacred Heart and a Pensacola location for Sacred Heart. Is that accurate?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the one that you refreshed and got 100 available appointments, was that Gulf Breeze or was that Pensacola?
Initially, it was Gulf Breeze, and then some of the Pensacola ones opened up after that. And it was very fluid. The times were not like, they didn't disappear from my browser. They were on there for like an hour. It's just that the appointment times, the availabilities were circulating. So if you didn't grab the 8:40 in the morning one, and you went back, it'd be like, oh, I was going at 10:10 in the morning. All right. So they were circulating through as people were snagging them.
And is the Publix one, does it cost more? Who's doing it? Are they medical professionals that are doing the Publix stuff? Because since it's a grocery store, I think people would have questions about, are they going to get the same level of care?
Yeah.
It costs more because they're going to Publix.
So there's no cost at all. And I think when I went to the Sacred Heart one, they did ask you for your name as it appears on your health insurance card in the event that you do have insurance. But if you don't have insurance, you're still able to go through there. And I would expect that the professionals or the level of professional service would be the same. I mean, Publix is very good at doing vaccines. They have trained pharmacists and PharmDs on staff that do this with other vaccinations as part of their job every single day. So I would expect that it's going to be nothing short of the standard.
To give somebody a shot in the state of Florida, what type of credentials do you have to have, if any?
I would imagine, I think it's probably just like a medical assistant, really, just for some of these vaccines, for some of the intramuscular injections. Depending on who's supervising or overseeing it. But it can't just be a medical assistant and it is alone. There's got to be a supervising, whether it's a PharmD or a physician or a nurse practitioner.
The important thing is that I think in the last couple of weeks, I think this area has been underserved as far as places to get vaccinations. Now we're getting ready, as by the end of this week, we should have, with Publix on board, we should have plenty of options. And the purpose of this video is just to explain how you get an appointment time at Publix and Sacred Heart now. And it sounds like even though you might be signing on in the afternoon and you might be getting discouraged and think, oh, I'm never going to get this vaccinated, or I'm just going to sit and wait. Don't sit and wait. Tomorrow morning, refresh your browser and make sure you sign up as soon as there's an opening. Anything else, Dr. Malone, about today?
So very quickly, I just wanted to bring this up. I know we've been through this before, but those that are seeking testing, we're also going to share this link today. It's a very good, real quick one-page, tutorial on the PCR testing versus the antigen testing versus the antibody testing. Is how rapid the results come in, what the results mean, what the test is intended for, depending on your needs. So I would urge people to review this, but very quickly, the PCR, the molecular test, which has got the green column here, is still the gold standard for active acute infection. The downside is obviously there's about a 24-hour turnaround, sometimes more, on getting your results. But if your index of suspicion is so high that you think you're sick, I would not spend any time or money on the antigen or antibody testing. If you think you're ill, get the PCR, take care of your health while you wait for your result. And getting the rapid test doesn't change anything for you because you're ill. So I would encourage you to seek that PCR. So we'll share this on here, and we can answer any questions that come of it.
All right, so the PUBLIX link, the Sacred Heart link, and this testing link are going to be below. If you watch this video and you want to try to get to the website that Dr. Malone was talking about, or one of the two websites that Dr. Malone was talking about to set an appointment, all you got to do is click on the link below here, and that'll take you right to that on the web. To refresh the page, for some of you that may not know exactly how to do that, it's different on different browsers, but I think the thing at the top that has a little circle with the arrow, and within the web address bar where you type the web address, there's a little thing off to the right that looks like a circle with an arrow. If you click that, it should refresh the whole screen. All right, if you have any other questions, you can find us on the web at zarzaurlaw.com. Of course, you can respond under this video if you have a direct question about the content of today's video. You can call us always if there's a personal injury question. 855-HIRE-JOE is the phone number. Y'all take care, keep masked up and distanced until you're well beyond the second dose of the vaccine. Take care.
All right, bye now.